Welcome back. So last time you may remember I was laying up the center stack, and so this is the part now, popped out of the mold, and it came out nicely. One or two little air bubbles there, but it's going to get covered in either leather or some other fabric, so that doesn't really matter. And then on Wednesday, Zach and I laid up the center console, which basically lives below that other part, and it didn't take us too long to get this done. It was a little bit tricky there with the inset there for the tray in the center console, but we got it done. And here you can see the center stack, so that's just rough trimmed right now. Still needs to have the final trim sanding done around the edges there, but starting to look like what it's supposed to look like. And this is one of those side stick brackets there that holds the side stick to the inside of the cabin, and I cut out the opening there that didn't need to be closed in, and you see I've also drilled out the holes there for where the side sticks go in the lower section of the dash, and then that has the iGlide bushing in there, and actually a little carbon sort of transition rod there which goes to where the side stick mount goes. So these two kind of sit like that and just support the full length of the side stick, so it can sort of go in and out and turn left and right. And meanwhile, Zach was busy waxing up this mold. So this is that bracket that goes between the firewall and the aft bulkhead. So that one's ready to have that part laid up now. And here's the center console now. So taking all the bagging off and just starting to, or getting ready to start pulling off the peel ply and the breather fabric and stuff, and expose the actual part itself. And after about half an hour of work cleaning that all off, popped it out of the mold after a little bit of a struggle, but it came out nicely. So pretty happy with that. And yeah, so that needs to be trimmed now, and then it can be test fit into the aircraft. So this is how it looks, basically sitting in there, the two different pieces, and just basically sitting there right now. Still got a little bit of fitment work to do to get it exactly in the right place, both of those pieces, but for the most part pretty happy with how that turned out. And this is from the other side. You can see there it's quite a wide console, and then obviously there's going to be an armrest on top of that there with a sort of padding on it there, a sort of hinged door that's going to go on the top there, so that'll be nice and comfortable to rest your arm when you're sort of reaching for the throttle. And the side sticks are coming along, so I've got these put into place now, just again test fit. And see there's the bushing in there, and it's just a chromoly tube for that one. And there's the bracket, and so it's been drilled out on the ends, and the iGlide bushings have been put in place there, and just basically just got some clamps holding it there just to make sure it's all in the right orientation that it's supposed to be, and it's operating nicely. So a little bit further along here, I've gone and actually just sitting the throttle there where it's going to be, and you see the console was just moved back. And Jeff was busy putting in these hard points, so he's got the ones in there that hold that gear pump, and various other different ones, for one for the battery tray, and there's that gas strut that you saw last time. He put the hard point in there, so that's been bolted into place, so now that keeps the gear pushed down. And then there's the other hydraulic strut there, with that other bracket's been bolted in as well. And these are the ones for the parachute strap, so they've got the bolts and the hard points in for those. So those still need to be covered over with one more layer. And this is the mold for the new seat mount, so you can see that one's looking nice now. It's obviously been finished and cleaned up and waxed and stuff, so next week on Tuesday after the holiday we'll be laying that part up. And this one here is getting a little bit more attention to move it along. This is that last lower cowling plug, so it won't be too long, and the guys will be able to get that one underway for the mold. And Friday afternoon, Jeff laid up this second side stick mount, so the one for the pilot side. So that one's under vacuum there, and would be ready to release when we get back on Tuesday. And I'm laying out all the holes and the cutouts for the instrument panel here. So the mounting holes, and also the cutout there for the G3X system and the air conditioning vent. So I'll be setting up some tool paths to actually cut that out of the carbon fiber, that flat stock that we created. So this is kind of what one of the pieces is sort of going to look like there, and I created a paper template just to test to see how it was going to lay out, and this is sort of what it looks like. I actually got a measurement slightly wrong there. It's going to be a little bit longer than that, but it will still fit on that thing. Anyway, that'll be next week, and probably won't have a normal video because of the Columbus Day holiday. So on Monday or Tuesday I may put out a Q&A video, because I got a lot of questions from everybody from the survey for the open house, which incidentally we're going to have about 300 people showing up on that Saturday, so it's going to be a bit crazy, but should be fun. Anyway, that's our update, and thanks again for watching.